What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK here with Sylvester. We're about to react to another video today. This is from the Rich Eisen Show. Features David Aldridge, ladies and gentlemen. He is a widely respected columnist. He's been covering the NBA and sports for over 30 years. So when he's got opinions to share about this Luka Doncic trade, my ears perk up and I would like to listen. So let's go ahead and let's check this video out. Let's see what he says about what he thinks about it. And yeah, man, enough of the fluff. Let's get to the stuff. Again, if y'all have been enjoying these videos, man, if y'all don't mind dropping a like, consider subscribing, all that good stuff. Again, if you want to get one of these hats, this is merch. It's in the description below. If you want to get one of these TGK hats, man, I got you. Anyway, let's go and get this started.
What's your sense in talking to everybody about?
Oh, I'm sorry. It says the Athletics' David Aldridge calls out Mavs owners for role in Doncic's trade. Ooh, this might be spicy. This might be spicy. Let's go ahead. Let's get it going.
Why it happened and how it went down. David.
Well, here's a few things. One is that you can rightly castigate Nico Harrison for how the trade happened and what he got in return. I think if you're trading one of the 5 best players in the league, you can ask for anything of any team. Like you could call Oklahoma City and say, I want SGA for Luka Doncic. And they could say, no, Rich. They could say, no, that's preposterous. We're not doing it. But you're not wrong for asking, right? Like, you're not wrong for calling the Bucks up and saying, I want Giannis. You're not wrong, right? Because that's how good Luka Doncic is. He's on that level with those guys. So the fact that they didn't do that and really kind of cut themselves off is kind of odd. And then, okay, if you're going to make the trade with the Lakers, just because you want to make the trade with the Lakers, you got to get everything from the Lakers, right? Like you got to get both picks. You got to get at least a couple of young players along with Christie, who's played well for Dallas since he's been there. But you got to get more, right? And so those, you can take that, put it to the side. You can criticize Nico Harrison for that. But what I'm not going to do is absolve Mavs ownership of their responsibility in this, which people seem to want to just blithely ignore.
Not me.
General managers recommend at that level. They do not decide to trade Luka Doncic. They recommend to ownership that we trade Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
And the owner decides if they're going to do it or not. And that's what I want to see more of in terms of how this trade is being evaluated. I want to see more people holding ownership accountable, because owners decide to trade a guy like Luka Doncic, not Nico Harrison.
Yeah, and we have been. I think a lot of the Mav faithful have been calling everybody out. Even Rick Welts now. Everybody getting called out for this, bro. Everybody. They all have fault in this. They definitely do. And it's really dope. I think it's really dope that David Aldridge is looking at it from this perspective. Like I respect this guy a lot, man. He's been covering the league for so many years, and there's, if you dislike him, that's one thing. If you love him, that's another. But I respect this man, and maybe because I don't know any bad things he's done. All I know is he's done an amazing job covering the league, and my kudos to him for being a great columnist, analyst of the games and of the sport, man. So salute to David Aldridge for doing this. But yeah, I totally agree. I think they're all at fault, right? But the more you dig into it, the more you look into it, the more it's like the owners didn't even know what they did. They just kind of believe Nico. So yeah, it's their fault too for not even doing their own due diligence to see what they had on the roster. Same thing with Rick Welts not knowing or underestimating the backlash of the trade. And then Nico Harrison, that goes without saying.
That's an owner decision. So they have to take the responsibility for this as well, and not just leave him out there to take all the, proverbial bullets on this one.
Well, it sounds like Mavericks fans are attempting to do that with signs and with language, and they're getting the gate.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of that, but I've seen mostly Nico Harrison's the dumbest man who ever lived, and that's not true. But I've seen more of that than, wait a minute, why did they okay this? Why did they say no? Why did they say we'd rather trade him than pay him $345 million? Why? And I think that's a fair question to ask of the people who actually made the decision.
Well, the general sense is that they didn't want to pay him because he doesn't have the body commitment, or Michael Finley had to take a beer out of his hand, or you know, I mean, like,
whatever the reason was, I would like to hear them articulate that reason on the record. I don't think that's too much to ask of the people who own the basketball team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Who actually own the team to say, okay, why did you say this was a good thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and give me specifics. Don't just talk about, we're culture and things like that. No, there's a specific reason you didn't do this. And again, I've said this and I've said this for 30 years, Rich. Owners are allowed to do whatever they want. It's their team. They bought it. Okay. So the Dumonts and the Adelsons, they have every right to do whatever it is they think is best for their team. But they have to explain that to the people that are paying the ticket prices. So that everybody has information to decide whether they're going to keep paying those ticket prices.
Hey, I love how energetic and fired up David Aldridge is. That's dope. That is cool. That is cool. Same thing with Kevin Gray on the platform that he's on, being able to say what he said. David Aldridge on a big platform as well. Rich Eisen to say the things he's been saying. Like, I love this, man. Like, yeah, bro, put more pressure. Put their feet to the fire, bro. Make them feel it, you know? It shouldn't just be the Mavericks fans doing it. Everyone should be playing their part, calling this BS out, you know? But as soon as Luka Doncic starts playing games for the Lakers, like, I'm gonna be like moving on, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, I appreciate David Aldridge doing this for Mavs fans. I really do.
DA, you're the man. The Basketball 100. Everybody check it out. Go get the book where it is currently being sold, which is everywhere. Thanks for the time. I love it. Catch the.
I need to go check out that book. Hold on. Let me go find that book right quick. All right, here's the book, man. I need to buy this. Or I need to get the Audible. Celebration of Basketball by the way of one of the 100 greatest players to ever grace the court in the NBA, in the history of the NBA, from the Athletics' foremost basketball writers and analysts the game has to offer, with the foreword by Charles Barkley. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm at the check that out. $26. Audio book, $0 with membership. Okay.